Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to very quickly run through how to get the most from your Facebook group that you're in. I've got a couple of questions regarding where to find things and how can I not find photos and where did that post go, stuff like that. So I'll try and help you out with how to navigate these groups. One of the things that you will find on this video, there may be quite a lot of things blanked out. That's because we're currently in a group called Creative Friends. It is a private group, so people will expect what they put in here to be kept private and not publicly shared. Creative Friends is a group in association with the creative crafting world under creative director Linda Chapman. It's designed for showcasing their products in the papercraft world and beyond, and for the members to show their own work here as well, as long as it's got obviously the creative crafting world's details on it. Right, so at the first tab at the top here is got about. When you log in generally to go into your group, that will default onto discussion, and we'll come to that in a wee while, but basically that's the newsfeed. Discussion's the newsfeed. That's where anybody posts anything that'll show up. It's where you go down the list, you like things, you comment on things, you ask advice on things. It may have an announcement pinned to the top. That'll go to whatever the admins and whatever group that you're in will actually look at. But they basically will look all the same. What you're currently looking at now is a member looking at this Creative Friends group. You generally will find they've got about the group, and if you click on see more, they will give you the details of what the group's about. And as you can see here, it says private. Only members can see who is in the group and what they post. That's perfectly fair. Generally, if you're in a group that's private, you'll know that the stuff that you're looking at is not something you're likely to share. Scrolling further down, there's a bit about members, but we can come to that further along the list. Group rules. Group rules is something I would advise you to look at in any group that you're involved with. For instance, if you are on a sales group and you start posting stuff about livestock, puppies, kittens, stuff like that, it may be against the rules, and the admins have got every right to throw you out for breaching that rule. So it's always advisable to check out the rules in a group to make sure that you're abiding by them. Some will have a zero tolerance policy, especially on language and racism, sexism, bullying, because Facebook are on that, and generally you will be kicked off for that anyway. So it's kind to be kind, let's be honest. The next point is discussions. Now, as I say, you'll probably, in the full posted version, there'll be quite a lot blanked out here because clearly I do not want anybody to feel that their privacy has been breached. As I suggested, at the top, you sometimes will find announcements that's been made by one of the admins, and that sort of post is something that's of interest or is of specific worth of note, or a message to be conveyed to all members. Now, just under that, you'll find there's a button that says currently defaulted to new activity. See, if you click the little arrow on it, it comes up either recent posts or new activity. New activity are posts with recent comments first, and you can actually see that. That can be slightly frustrating. If you're looking for a post that you saw 2 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, and nobody had posted on it, and somebody's posted on something that had been put up on the wall 2 days ago, if that comment was made within the last 5 minutes, if you're listed on new activity, that will show first. So if you want to see what's been posted recently, click recent posts, and lo and behold, there's a post just come up that was posted, in this case 30 minutes ago, and then that will continue down the list, so on and so forth, and then obviously you can comment on what you like. There's a couple of shortcut links on the side here. It says recent media. We'll come to that when we come to the tab at the top. But that is a shortcut to go to media or to see all media at the bottom there. If we come slightly back up, we've got recent files, see all. Again, that's a shortcut to the files menu. You can go in and see what admin or other members have put up on the system. So we'll again scroll back to the top where we have our tabs, announcements. As I said, announcements generally are special information or direct information that's come from admin or the company that runs the site, or general information. Sometimes if you've got a health site, it may have like something like COVID as a top-up piece of information. So here you see a pinned post at the top, and going down, more admin posts, I beg your pardon, more announcement posts, right down to where that'll stop basically. So if somebody says there's an announcement about that, the best thing you can do is go back to the home of the group that you're in and click announcements. Rooms is something that's really new in the groups. Admins can set up rooms and basically have live chat, have meetings, things like that in there. It's too new to expect anybody to know how to work that inside out. It may be something we'll maybe try and utilise at a later date. Members, that obviously is who's in the group. Clicking on that, it will tell you how many members are on this group. It'll tell you, obviously, your own details at the top. A list of admins and moderators, and if you click on the black bar, you'll get a full list. If you wanted to report something directly to an admin, you could then message them by clicking on the message button. And scrolling down, anybody that's in this group that is your friend will appear here. Members with things in common. Let's just, for example, say you were in collecting matchboxes. Anybody else that's in a matchbox collecting forum or group will appear in this list. Scrolling further down are actually the members that are in the group that are new, generally in order from 2 minutes ago to the last 13 weeks or whatever it is. But that's where you would find anybody that's currently in the group. Okay, so we'll go back up. Again, as I say, that'll probably mostly blanked out, but the general idea of it is there. If there is any events, it's very difficult in the current climate, but if there was, for example, if you were in a quilting group and there was a quilting event happening at a local town, the group may quite simply put something up there that says there's a quilting event coming. All past events will appear here, and if you click on them, they will take you back to the videos that was involved or any comments that was involved in that. So you can actually go back and view previous things that was on there, or see upcoming events, Facebook Lives, things like that. Next tab's media. Now this is probably one of the more important ones for any new members coming into a group that want to see what the group's about and see what the people do. Generally it will default to photographs, and we'll all like upload more photographs. So there we are. There's all the photographs that's recently been uploaded, and it'll do that. It'll load it from most recent to oldest. Videos. There will also be videos in a group if that group supports such a format. Generally, they're all free to browse. I mean, as I say, this is a member login, and I'm quite clear that I can go and look at any of these. So it kind of can give you a flavour, or go back and something that you've missed, or catch up on things. If the group's admins so desire, they can actually set things into albums. Generally, as I say, we're in Creative Friends. What we've got here are some paper collections that a couple of the admins regularly update their content on, and you can actually see what it is that's been made on those collections or releases or whatever it is. Generally, that will give you a bit of inspiration. In this case, if you're a card maker or a paper crafter, to go back and look at what actually has been launched, and see what the sample makers, the design team, or previous members have actually made with that. So that's the fluffy bit, that's the nice bit, that's where all the good stuff happens. Finally, and this is the one that I think just about everybody misses, files. Going into files, anybody can upload a file. Now, I think we're just about all comfortable with creating Word or text documents. We're all pretty much au fait with PDF documents. This is where you can upload your material if it's of a help to other members, or this is where admins can put instructions, further information, extra pieces of tips and tricks and what you're doing, or just general things that might be of help to you. It's always worth going through these, because you never know, there might be some little bit of gold nuggets that you've never come across before. You can create your own document, or you can upload your own file. Be aware that depending on how the group's set up, you might not be allowed to upload your own files without checking with admin first. Just right at the end of that tab, you'll see there's that 3 little buttons. There may be, again, dependent on your group, there may be occasion that you either need to leave the group, or if you're in a group that's changed hands or that's changed their perspective on something, you may wish to report it. You may wish to unfollow a group. If that's the case, that means it will not appear in your newsfeed. Pin the group basically means that'll come up first on your newsfeed. Manage notifications. Like everything else, you can turn off the information that's coming in or going out from the group. Or you can share whatever it is you want to share from there as well. Just one last piece. There's a list here of members. Now that will be blanked out. You won't see that on the final video. That's basically people that's in the group. And again, people you know or people who's recently joined will appear in that top list of icons. Or alternatively, there's an invite button on the end. If you're in a car collectors group and you wish to invite a friend, you can invite a friend to the group. However, please remember, depending on group rules, these people may need to answer questions before they're allowed access to the group. So I would advise, if you're inviting anybody to anybody's group, that you do advise them to check out the rules and answer any qualification questions beforehand. Otherwise, they will likely be declined from joining. Okay, that was a very quick tour of how to get more out of your Facebook groups. I hope it's been of some help to you. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.